Hello, friends. Today, we're going to talk about the top 10 most haunted places in Southeast England. These are the spots where history, mystery, and a touch of spooky tales come together. From ghostly stories to ancient ruins, this list will take you into a world where every corner hides a secret. So without any delay, let's embark on this eerie journey. And yes, keep a little courage handy before turning off the lights at night. Pluckley Village. All right, let's dive into the first haunted place on our list, Pluckley Village. Nestled in the picturesque countryside of Kent, southeast England, this tiny village might look like a peaceful postcard seen by day, but don't let that fool you. Pluckley holds the title of the most haunted village in Britain, and for good reason. With over a dozen reported ghosts wandering its streets, woods, and old buildings, it's a hotspot for paranormal enthusiasts. Imagine walking through its quiet lanes and suddenly hearing the screams of a woman who fell from a bridge centuries ago, or spotting the shadowy figure of a highwayman pinned to a tree by a sword. The village's eerie charm comes from its dark past, tales of tragic deaths, unsolved mysteries, and restless spirits. So if you're ever in southeast England and crave a brush with the supernatural, Pluckley Village is where history whispers, or sometimes screams, from the shadows. The Red Lion Inn in Avebury, Wiltshire. All right, friends, let's head to the ancient stone circles of Avebury, where the Red Lion Inn stands as a beacon of both history and hauntings. This 17th century pub isn't just famous for its pints. It's got a reputation for things that go bump in the night. They say a woman in a white dress roams the rooms, linked to a tragic tale of betrayal and murder from centuries past. Picture this. You're sipping a beer by the fire, and suddenly a cold breeze sweeps through, carrying whispers of the restless dead. If you're in southeast England hunting for a spooky thrill, the Red Lion Inn is a must visit. Just don't spill your drink when the ghosts say hello. The Langham Hotel. Friends, let's step into the grand ghostly world of the Langham Hotel in London. Opened in 1865, this luxurious spot in the heart of the West End isn't just known for its five-star elegance, it's a paranormal playground. Picture this. You're in room 333, the most haunted room in the place, and suddenly a glowing orb morphs into a Victorian gent in fancy evening wear, hovering with empty eyes. That's the tale of a doctor who allegedly killed his wife on their honeymoon here before ending his own life. And he's not the only restless soul. There's a German prince who leapt from a fourth-floor window, now drifting through walls in his military jacket, and even Napoleon III lurking in the basement, unwilling to check out from his exile days. From cricketers fleeing in the night to taps turning on by themselves. Bruce Castle. Friends, welcome to Bruce Castle, a place where history and hauntings collide in the heart of Tottenham. This 16th century manor, once home to lords and ladies, hides a chilling secret behind its ivy-covered walls. Legend has it that Lady Coleraine, locked away in a tower by her cruel husband in the 1600s, still roams the grounds. They say on stormy November nights, you can hear her screams as her ghostly figure leaps from the window, reliving her tragic end. But she's not alone. Shadowy figures pace the corridors, and a mysterious black hound prowls the park nearby, its glowing eyes sending shivers down your spine. From creaking floors to sudden chills, Bruce Castle is a time capsule of terror. If you're brave enough to visit, just don't linger too long after dark. The past here doesn't like to stay buried. Theatre Royal, Drury Lane. Friends, get ready for a performance you won't forget at the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane, the most haunted theatre in the world. Since 1663, this grand stage in London has hosted more than just actors. It's a playground for restless spirits. Picture this. You're in the audience, and suddenly, a chill runs through you as the man in gray limps across the upper circle in his tricorn hat and cape, vanishing into the wall. A ghostly usher from the 1700s who only shows up for a hit show. Then there's Joseph Grimaldi, the Clown King, playfully nudging actors to their marks from beyond the grave, and Dan Leno's cackling laugh echoing through the dressing rooms, paired with the scent of lavender. With flickering lights, slamming doors, and a history soaked in drama, this isn't just a theater, it's a spectral spectacle. So grab a ticket if you dare, but don't be surprised if the real stars aren't on the playbill. Highgate Cemetery. Friends, brace yourselves for Highgate Cemetery, a place where the dead don't rest easy. Tucked away in North London, this Victorian masterpiece opened in 1839 and is a sprawling maze of crumbling tombs, ivy-choked angels, and eerie silence. But it's not just the Gothic beauty that draws you in, it's the whispers of the supernatural. Picture this. You're strolling through the overgrown paths, and suddenly, a tall, dark figure with glowing red eyes, the infamous Highgate vampire, looms ahead, vanishing into the mist. Then there's the mad old woman, her wild hair flying as she searches endlessly for her lost child among the graves. From ghostly cyclists to floating nuns, this isn't just a burial ground, it's a portal to the unknown. If you're bold enough to visit, keep your wits about you, because at Highgate, the line between the living and the dead blurs fast. 50 Berkeley Square. Friends, welcome to 50 Berkeley Square, the most haunted house in London, where even the bravest souls think twice before stepping inside. This Georgian townhouse, built in the 1740s, looks posh from the outside, but its walls hold a terror that's lasted centuries. They say room 4 on the top floor is home to a nameless horror. Some call it a shapeless, writhing mass, others a ghostly girl who leapt to her death after unspeakable abuse. Picture this. Sailors who stayed the night in 1887 fled screaming, one found dead with a twisted face of pure fear. Then there's the tale of a skeptic who took a bet to sleep there. Bells rang in panic and he was found catatonic, muttering about the thing. From footsteps in empty halls to a suffocating dread that grips visitors, 50 Berkeley Square isn't just a house. It's a nightmare in brick and mortar. Visit if you dare, but don't say I didn't warn you. Hampton Court Palace. Friends, get ready to step into the regal yet restless world of Hampton Court Palace. Nestled along the Thames in Surrey, this sprawling Tudor masterpiece, built in 1515 for Cardinal Wolsey and later seized by Henry VIII, isn't just a history lesson. It's a ghost hunter's dream. Picture this. You're wandering the grand halls, and suddenly the air turns cold as Catherine Howard, Henry's fifth wife, screams her way past, reliving her desperate dash to beg for mercy before her 1542 execution. Her wails echo in the haunted gallery to this day. Then there's the Grey Lady, Sybil Penn, a nurse whose spinning wheel whirs in empty rooms, and the cloaked figure of Skeletor, caught on CCTV in 2003, slamming doors with bony hands. From flickering lights to phantom footsteps, Hampton Court is where royal splendor meets royal spirits. If you're in Southeast England craving a brush with the past, this palace delivers. Just don't expect a quiet night's sleep. Tower of London. Friends, prepare yourselves for the Tower of London, a fortress of history and horror that stood since 1066. Smack in the heart of London, this ancient stronghold isn't just famous for its crown jewels or bloody executions. It's a hotspot for restless souls. Imagine this. You're walking the cold stone corridors, and suddenly the ghost of Anne Boleyn, beheaded in 1536, glides by, her head tucked under her arm, staring silently. Then there's the princes in the tower. Two young boys murdered in 1483, whose giggles and shadows haunt the bloody tower. Don't miss the White Lady drifting through the White Tower, leaving a whiff of perfume, or the grizzly bear spirit from the old menagerie that spooked a guard into a heart attack. With clanking chains, slamming doors, and a past dripping in betrayal, the Tower of London isn't just a castle, it's a spectral time machine. Visit if you're brave, but don't expect the ravens to be the only ones watching. Cock Lane. Friends, let's step back into the narrow, shadowy stretch of Cock Lane, London, a place where a famous hoax still casts a ghostly shadow. In 1762, this little street became the stage for the Scratching Fanny poltergeist, a wild tale cooked up by William Parsons and his 12-year-old daughter Elizabeth. They claimed the spirit of Fanny Lines, a woman who died of smallpox, was scratching and knocking to accuse her lover of murder, all a clever con to settle a debt. Crowds flocked, seances were held, and even skeptics like Dr. Samuel Johnson debunked it as a fraud. But here's the twist. Long after the hoax faded, people still swear something lingers on Cock Lane. Picture this. You're passing by the old site, now just a quiet corner near St. Paul's, and you hear faint taps or feel an icy grip, whispers of a residual haunting that won't let the past die. Is it Fanny's echo, or just the street's dark memory playing tricks? Visit if you dare. Truth or hoax, Cock Lane still has a chill up its sleeve. All right, friends, that wraps up our chilling countdown of the 10 most haunted places in England. From screaming spirits to shadowy figures, we've uncovered the eerie secrets lurking across this historic land. If you enjoyed this spooky ride, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the unknown. Tell me in the comments, which of these haunts would you dare to visit, or do you have a ghostly tale of your own? Share this video with your fellow thrill seekers, and let's see who's brave enough to face these specters. Until next time, keep exploring, keep the lights on, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.